In the bustling town of Asebi, there lived a man named Olusegun. He was the richest man anyone had ever seen, with wealth flowing like the great rivers that surrounded the land. His mansion, perched atop the tallest hill, gleamed in the sunlight, a testament to his fortune. Yet for all his riches, Olusegun was cruel and selfish. He cared for no one but himself, and his name became synonymous with greed. Olusegun owned vast lands, gold mines, and herds of cattle. His feasts were legendary: roasted antelope, steaming pots of jollof rice, and barrels of palm wine that overflowed like waterfalls. But none of it was shared with the townsfolk. The people of Asebi struggled. Farmers toiled under the scorching sun, only to lose their crops to drought. Mothers wept as their children starved. Elders begged Olusegun for help, but he turned them away. One day, an old woman with weathered skin and eyes that seemed to see into one's soul approached him at his gate. "Olusegun," she said, her voice trembling with age, "your wealth blinds you. Share your blessings, or you will lose them." Olusegun laughed, a cold, mocking sound. "Old woman," he said, "my wealth is mine to do as I please. Take your superstitions elsewhere." The old woman's face grew dark. "Mark my words," she said. "When the spirits come for you, it will be too late." Olusegun's arrogance knew no bounds. He built golden statues of himself in the town square and forced the people to bow before them. His wealth made him feel invincible. But one night, as he lay in his luxurious bed, he was awakened by a chilling wind. The room grew cold, and the shadows seemed to come alive. Suddenly, he heard whispers, low, haunting voices that echoed through the walls. "Olusegun," they called, "your greed has summoned us." Terrified, Olusegun bolted upright. Standing at the foot of his bed was a figure cloaked in darkness. Its eyes glowed like embers, and its voice was as deep as the earth. "Your wealth will crumble," it said. "The more you cling to it, the faster it will vanish." Before Olusegun could respond, the figure disappeared, leaving only the echoes of its laughter. From that night on, everything Olusegun touched turned to ruin. His cattle grew sick and died. His mines collapsed, burying his gold forever. Traders stopped coming to his estate, and his servants abandoned him one by one. Desperate, Olusegun turned to the people of Asebi, the same ones he had mocked and ignored. "Help me," he begged, standing in the marketplace with torn clothes and hollow eyes. But the people turned their backs on him. "Where were you when we were hungry?" one man spat. "Did you not laugh at us when we begged for mercy?" an old woman sneered. Soon, Olusegun had nothing. The man who once feasted on roasted antelope now scavenged scraps from the garbage. The mansion on the hill, once a symbol of his wealth, stood empty and decayed, a ghostly reminder of what he had lost. One night, as Olusegun sat in the market square, begging for food, he saw the old woman who had warned him. Her face was the same, though her eyes now seemed even more piercing. "I told you," she said, her voice calm yet chilling. "Wealth is a gift, not a right. Those who hoard it will always fall." Olusegun tried to speak, but his throat felt dry, as though the very words had abandoned him. The old woman vanished into the crowd, leaving him to his misery. Olusegun spent the rest of his days as a beggar, a cautionary tale told to children in Asebi. His story spread far and wide, a warning to the greedy and the selfish. To this day, the people of Asebi say that on quiet nights, if you listen closely, you can hear the whispers of the spirits echoing through the ruins of Olusegun's mansion. Share your blessings, or they will be taken from you. Like, share and subscribe.